Hey world, hey universe. I'm back once again to share the first tip on how to create moments of magic and miracle in our lives. But before that, thanks for the immense love that you've shared and for the faith and trust that you have in me. And before I begin this vlog, one suggestion: question everything. You need not accept whatever I say or whoever that says it, okay? But sometimes truth is so blaring that it is actually hits you very hard and it's very painful but also difficult to resist. And I'm going to start with one such truth sharing. If it resonates, take it. If it empowers you, consider it. Else, just continue sharing your love. So with that, let's get going. When I say the word solitude, what does it mean to you? To me, a few years back, this word meant immense pain and suffering. I was always trying to cover up for something, which I was actually not sure of. What it is that I'm trying to cover up, because I was running from one end to another, trying to immerse myself into tasks after tasks. And one day it struck me. What am I really trying to do? Who am I trying to run away from? Why am I looking so hassled and occupied all the time in the name of a busy schedule? And then came the most profound revelation of my life. I wasn't willing to sit with my own self, and I was running away from my own self because I had a lot of baggage accumulated at different points in my life which was pulling me down. And because I felt like, this effort to resist this pulling, because I was feeling almost like drowned, to avoid this feeling of drowning, I was running away, covering up my days and nights with to-do lists and tasks. So I started sitting in silence, and I don't want to name this anything or give it a name like meditation or whatever. I just started sitting in silence, and I would sit in silence all alone when I'm generally not disturbed, which means the earlier parts of the mornings or the late nights, in a place where people usually don't come, which is the terrace for me at my beautiful home, covered by the beautiful, bountiful beauty of the sky and the vastness of the nature. I started sitting for minutes, which was actually more painful than doing something. And but still I continued to sit because I was no way in the mood to get back to that feeling of remaining hassled and running. I said, I'm going to figure this out. So I started sitting for minutes, which later became hours, and I would just try to breathe, enjoy the beauty of the nature, and started observing my thoughts. And I realized I had countless fears, like the famous Tenali movie, or this Rajinikanth movie where he would just start taking one dangerous creature after the other, like the snake and the scorpio and things like that. And then all these fears started coming out. Fear of being my own self, fear of showing up for my own self, fear of expressing my desires and dreams, fear of speaking up my own truth, and fear of letting people know the true feelings I had for them, and the hurt and grudges that I was holding in the name of maintaining relationships. And all baggages started coming one after another. Everything was related to one common theme: fear of judgment. How am I going to be perceived by the world if I live the life of my authentic self? Will I be judged and rejected? Will I be accepted by my own family? I then went straight ahead to the day of my death. I just jumped straight there. I was visualizing, and I just weighed two options. Option one was to die with the regret of not having to live the life of my authentic self that I was actually born to live and enjoy, versus the regret of disappointing a few people for a very short time in the span of this entire life. And I took the bold decision, and I'm not going to be doing this anymore. I'm going to start taking baby steps towards living the life of my authentic self. And what does that even mean? What does this word authentic self mean? To me, it meant a lot, and it could mean different to each one of you, my beautiful soul. But ask the question and see what comes up. To me, it meant everything. To me, it meant speaking up my values and standing up for the dreams of my life, even if it didn't resonate with or align with people around. It meant letting go of a 17-year-old long relationship which I couldn't come to terms with. It meant connecting with all of you and the like-minded people about spirituality and love without caring about the judgments that would be thrown onto my face and at my back. It meant starting my creative writing and expression once again. It meant not having to censor my thoughts, and it meant a lot of baggages to be unclutched. It meant to move forward despite the fear, and it meant not to compromise my beautiful life in the name of sacrifice. And it meant liberation. A sense of freedom where I'm able to think clearly, act clearly, and able to stay connected and aligned with my own self. Learn to live in aloneness and solitude. This is the best practice that I would recommend. If you feel lonely despite being with people, it's an indication that you are not happy with your own self. It's nothing to do with people around. It's the fact that you are not happy being you are not being happy with your own self. If you feel miserable being alone, if you're not able to stay in solitude and silence even for a very short period of time, it means that it's time to dive deeper into your own self and ask the question, touch your heart and ask the question, my beautiful soul, what do you want? What are you searching for? What are you longing for? What's going to give you happiness? What's going to give you the peace and fulfillment? And when you take decisions that comes out of this heart space, is it going to be really like all the time right when it is looked by other people's eyes? I don't know. I don't have an answer. But each one of this decision that comes out of your search to align your action with your authentic, unique self, unique soul's blueprint will bring you enormous amount of peace and joy, and you will start attracting all the greatest things that you desired, which will help you move closer and closer to the life of your dreams. And what will happen in the long run is it will help your loved ones, the ones that really care and matter the most, to understand you and still be able to accept and embrace you as who you are. Indeed, this is what we are born for, to live the life of our authentic self. And I eagerly look forward to hearing your feedback, your thoughts and experience sharing about the sharing of my truth, and what does it mean to you to live the life of your authentic self. More magical moments to come, and stay tuned. Much love to all of you, my beautiful souls, and sending you much love. Sending you all much love.